afternoon, Caminantes. This is another day with my beautiful wife, Tiffany. And also a beautiful day here in Orlando, Florida. Thank you. We are super excited about this moment together. Keep walking together, doing the Caminante thing together.
Your fears do not define you. They can propel you forward. I am so super excited about today's episode. This is one you do not want to miss 1 second of. My name is Tiffany. This is my amazing, looking so good in that white crisp shirt, husband Luis. We are your hosts behind Caminante. Thank you so much to all the subscribers. We are just honored and so excited. Every day we wake up, there's more and more people, and this is so incredible.
It's really gratifying just to see the growth, the engagement, and how we're building a community. We're building a movement. Today, episode 16 is actually probably one of the best so far. It is about turning fear into fuel. How to achieve that will be actually what this podcast will be about today. Everyone feels fear. So how do you know when fear can actually become your greatest strength?
Today we're tackling how to transform doubt into determination and fear into fuel.
And I gotta say, honey, I this is one of my favorite topics. From time to time, I hear people saying, you're fearless, you're irresponsible, and I think that that's not what it is. It's actually understanding this topic that we're talking about, how I turn fear into fuel, or how you can actually mitigate the risk ahead of you, so the risk doesn't freezes you. So if you're ready to stop running from fear and start harnessing it for success, this episode is going to be your blueprint, Caminante.
Facing your fears. Let's talk about it, babe.
So, sweetie, when did you first realize fear could be sometimes or could be something to embrace rather than avoid?
I love this because fear, I didn't know that what I had was fear. I didn't know I had fear.
So you're a fearless woman.
When I understood that fear signals opportunity, it's our body's way of saying, pay attention, something important is happening.
Yes.
It's those feelings, those emotions, and I tell the boys this all the time. Being courageous doesn't mean not having fear, and I reference Daddy all the time because I don't know if you have fear, but you're super courageous. And it's maybe having the feeling, but still doing it. And that's courage.
That's
and I
right.
want the boys to be courageous.
Yes, that's why we tell them, brave of braves.
Warrior
of warriors, king of kings. So exactly, sweetie. Facing your fears is the first step towards turning them into your ally. That's the key. You got to turn them into your ally. No avoid it. Don't run away. Use it to fuel you, to build, to get the adrenaline in you, so that way then you can be brave and use it as a power to face whatever is ahead of you.
When I understand things, it helps me to process them better. So let's talk about why we fear. Why do we even fear, honey? And what purpose does it serve?
I think I think it protects us, but unchecked. It becomes limiting. Understanding our fears, I believe, is about helping us leverage them to achieve growth instead of holding us back. And I think that's where the misunderstanding is, right? Fear comes, it's a signal, as you say, and all that is indicating you is telling you this is important, right? Alert, alert, alert. This is important. What you have right in front of you, it's important. And we take that emotion and we can transform it into negative, which is, what if I'm not good enough? What if I fail? What if people make fun of me? What if? And then you use that same power, same energy, right? And then you go in the rabbit hole. But those that understand that signal is important, and you take that same amount of energy, but now you convert it into, I'm going to need to be strong. I'm going to need to be brave. I'm going to have to put my voice high. I'm going to have to be confident. Now you start using that energy to feed your positivity. How do you channel it is the difference.
So good. So awareness shifts fear from an obstacle to really just a stepping stone.
That's right. That's right. So let's get practical, because I think I love this topic, and I talk about it with leaders, managers. This topic is about getting practical and understanding exactly how to do it. So Tiff, what techniques help you to convert your fears into motivation? And that's a word, into motivation. It's not a fear anymore, but now is a motivator for you to do it and do it well.
That's right. So visualization, picturing, getting into your mind, working through things, reframing fears. This was like super big in counseling.
Yes.
Like reframing is so powerful. And when you can reframe fears as challenges, so instead of I'm scared, I'm excited for the potential.
That's right. Love that.
Getting action plans. This was also super big for me. I'm like, I love, because when you have plans and you're organized and you've got a list, you have a clear vision going forward.
That's right. And you feel ready, right? It's like every step towards your fear diminishes its power over you. And I want to tackle what you stated. Action plan. The action plan, what it's going to allow you to do is going to prepare you to what is coming ahead. Most likely, the plan that you put together may be completely off the chart of what reality is going to bring you. And we have talked about it when we talk about business plans and kind of like, getting an entire strategy for you to achieve something in the business world. And then you realize that truly everything that I prepare for is not even close to what's happening to me. But at least you have a plan. And that allows you psychologically feel that somehow you have some tools. You're not alone. You're not swinging it. You put some thought into it. You did your homework. And you kind of like build some sort of plan to allow you to feel that you have some ammunition to use. Number one, visualization. I love that. And I think I was referring that to that rabbit hole that you can go in the negative. Visualization is powerful. I visualize in the mornings, in the evenings, when I'm dreaming, when I'm visualizing myself, my family in the future. I just look ahead, years ahead. How would I be in the next 3 years, 5 years? Even sometimes I go way far in where I look at us retiring. How's that going to look like, right? And somehow you start like building a road, a visual road of how you want your life to follow. Then it becomes action plan, and you have to follow them with execution. If you don't execute, right, your action plan to get to the vision, to the future, to that idea that you want to be, everything will fall apart because it comes down to the execution part of it. So visualization is important, especially when the fear comes in. You can visualize when you are afraid that everything is going to go really, really bad. Everything. And you know what's going to happen when you do that? Everything will go really, really bad. Some people call it the power of attraction. Some other people call it as you're just building roads as you walk, but you're doing it in a way in where you're just not opening the proper doors. You're opening the doors of the negative instead of the positive. But when you visualize positiveness and you have fear right in front of you, and then you channel it exactly how you stated, which is, I take your fear, and all where you are right now, because I feel it in my body, is this energy, this adrenaline that start going inside your body. Adrenaline is energy. Because all what that is doing is you're starting to breathe harder. You start feeling your body going faster. What do you think that is? It's not that just your body is indicating you're afraid. You just got faster movement internally, which translates to energy that you can use that now to, all right, let me calm down, let me breathe, and now let me take that power that I'm feeling that is coming from somewhere, and now let's build momentum out of that. And momentum is important to build it when you have such an important energy that sometimes I need energy. I was talking to you a little bit ago and I say, I'm dragging my feet today. I'm super tired. But this topic has just given me what I need in order to get my body in motion to now my thoughts are clear, I feel great, and I'm using that energy in order to do what I'm trying to do.
It's so good. And I love hearing you talk about this,
And I
because
love you.
I love you too, honey. 99% of the things that we fear and worry about never happen.
That's right.
That I heard it once and I was like, and now that I'm a little bit older, not much, but just a little bit older.
Very young. You're still very young.
I'm much
naive,
wiser. Much
everything.
wiser. But you hear that quote now and you're like, oh, it's so true.
That's right.
Literally
99%.
99% of the things that you worry about never happen.
It's high. I mean, I'm not going to go into statistics, but it is high, Tiff. I agree with you. It's super high. And it's the if scenarios.
Yeah.
You know, I was talking to one of the leaders in the organization, and this person was, it kind of like froze. But what if happened this? What if happened that? And I said, dude, you just waste so much energy in your mind thinking about everything that could happen when all what you needed at that particular moment was to pick up the phone, call this person, and figure out what's the next move.
Yeah.
Before you're doing that, right, you're just in frozen mode thinking about everything else that could happen.
Yeah.
Without just taking an action and say, you know what, I could erase all these different scenarios by me just picking up the phone, contacting this person that will give me a true source of data that I need.
Yeah.
In order to put a plan.
Right.
And
right.
sometimes we do it backwards, right? Instead of actually taking action.
Exactly.
And then build a plan out of
Totally.
that. What you're doing is building a plan out of data that you don't have, when you know that in order to get it, it just takes a phone call.
It's almost like our bodies have been so accustomed somehow to drama, to that like need for that we can't find peace. Our bodies are meant to first be peaceful. So
what do you think it is? It's in the seminars that I used to do, and we tackle a lot of this topic, and that's why, I'm super passionate about. What do you think it is that we automatically react to fear when important things happen in front of us? And I would say a high percentage of people that dream, right? And they want to do things, and then they start following the path, but then somehow something happened on the road that they just lose the momentum. They don't want to do it anymore. It's super hard. And then you start getting what do you think it is? Did you think that it is the different paradigms that we start building around our minds because of our parents? I mean, our parents are a big part of it. If you have a father or a mother that has a lot of fears, right? You have inherited that without even knowing it. When they tell you, don't do this, don't do that, and you just like, and then you wonder, you are then older in life, and then you say, what? I mean, why do I have so many different fears?
Right.
Well, you just had so many years back to back, somebody telling you,
be careful. Don't do this. Be
right.
careful. Be careful. I saw a podcast on that, and they were like, stop telling your kids, like, be careful, because it's constantly like, be careful, be careful, be careful. And we do it with
We
the right
love. We do it with the
intention.
right intention, but
They end up developing fear through
Fears.
that. And then, oh, I'm scared of this. Oh, I'm scared of that. Oh, I'm scared of
Right.
that. Yeah, because for the last 5 years, you were just telling them, be careful,
5
be careful.
years.
Don't.
I mean, it's probably 18 years that you just keep getting that. Even from some cases, even more, 20 some years that you just keep.
Well, we have to be aware.
But then, who is that has to be aware? Because you're a child when you are so young, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're just. We have to be aware. The parents have to be aware.
That's right.
Of the impact of building around that.
Yeah,
Right.
and let them fail. Let them make
Let them
mistakes. We
fail.
talk about that.
Yes.
I want them making mistakes now and messing up now. And how
Yes.
many times, not how did your day go? No, what did you fail at?
Yes.
What did you do wrong? What happened? Like, we have to cultivate a culture of it's okay to fail. It's okay to make mistakes. And that's hard because kids are loud and messy and like,
or dangerous, right?
Dangerous,
I mean, dangerous.
yeah.
It's true.
Hubby, can you share a fear you overcame that significantly impacted your life?
Okay. Let's see. I mean, I have quite a bit. I think just operating in other countries it can be very fearful, okay, and that could really resonate to our audience. But I'm gonna shift it a little bit. I'm gonna do so. The fear of public speaking in a second language. Okay?
Really? But you do it so
Yes.
well.
Facing that fear opens so many doors that I never imagined possible, professionally and personally. Yes, and I would say you wouldn't notice because I practice all these different tips and strategies that we have been talking about. I remember that when I was, a long time ago, I got into this program called the Leadership Development Program. And it was kind of like the stepstone of this financial institution where they cater to the future leaders of the organization. And I had to compete with people that, were, from here, well-educated, top schools. And, here I was, with my sombrero and trying to, compete at that level. And I saw the opportunity and opened up, and they were looking for a public speaker in front of all these different people. The CEO of the institution was there. Directors of the financial institution, and this institution is actually one of the largest of the country. So we're not talking about something at a lower scale, but at a very high standard. So I took it, right, and I went for it. But I got to tell you, Tiff, I was freaking out, right? And it's exactly what happened. Your mind start, okay, I took it, and then your mind, what if? Yes. They don't understand me.
Yes.
What if I say something wrong? What if my accent? What if? And then everything start kind of rattling.
You start getting super ahead of the situation.
Super ahead of it, yeah. Instead of focusing on your plan, on what you're going to do, how you're going to prepare, and focus on that now, your mind start going down. Then your emotions follow. Then your emotions are the ones that start giving you that anxiety, that stress. So at that time, I think I was in that discovery of how can I turn that around and make it something into positive. And I think I was doing it without realizing it. So I start prepping. And I remember that evening just practicing. I was going to be doing the introduction for these very influential directors. And I think the COO was going to be present. So I was going to be opening the floor, talking, right, about what this was going to be about. And then I had to give some sort of summary of the lives of these successful bankers at that time. So it wasn't easy for me. And I remember I was paralyzed. So I prep, I practice, I look at myself in the mirror, how confident we are. And all what I was trying to do is, how can I portray confidence? Even though it was a big fear, how can I portray confidence that this is something that I do every single day? Practice. Feed my mind with good things, with things that can help me to overcome that fear, to the point that, Tiff, when I did that introduction, it was something around 10 minutes. And I talked, some of the guys that were, working at that time with me, they said, how did you do it? And when I heard that, that's what I started recognizing and accepting that what I was doing was working. To turn around negativity, fear, to something that it was positive, confident, and take that energy to the next level so I could build momentum to what I wanted.
It's so good.
Love it.
Stories just like that
Yes.
prove that fear is often just the gatekeeper to our greatest achievements.
That's right.
And that's what I love about your story. And I gotta say, get around some fearless people.
Love it.
Like, yes.
Yeah, it's who you surround yourself. It's what you listen to. What kind of music, what kind of reading are you having? I love those motivational videos out there, guys. Kind of like what the Caminante is for.
Exactly.
Caminante is another path. It's
Venue.
another channel. It's
Yeah.
another venue for people, audience, listen.
Fill your
Human
mind.
beings,
Yes.
right, that have gone through that, have turned it around, have made it
Go through that.
successfully, and give you some of what you may need in that particular time for you to chase that dream, chase that opportunity, and walk the path.
And live in freedom.
Live in freedom.
It's not a destination. It's a journey because life happens and
Yes.
things come up. I mean,
Yes.
life is just not easy. Stuff,
Yeah, it hits you, it takes you down, and then how my one of my
Rocky.
heroes, Sylvester Stallone,
Is that what you can
in
talk
Rocky,
about? It's
how
so
many
good, I
times,
love it.
right? It hits you and it takes you down, and you keep moving forward and you get back up, and so that kind of mentality. Those are the people that I like to hear.
Right.
That I like that fit my mind. So when these uncertainties
That's
come
right.
in, I have a base, a foundation that I can utilize so I can take and jump out of it. But what about the audience? Is there any stories that you heard, somebody reach out to you, something that we can share and kind of point out?
Yes. So I hear a lot from people about the fear of the fear of failure drove them to build successful businesses.
That's right.
Fear didn't stop them. They used it as energy.
Yes.
And just in this whole realm of content creation and just building something from nothing, there's so many stories where you can, I've heard about people who have taken that emotion, because fear is just an emotion, like happy.
Yeah.
Fear. It's the same thing. It's an emotion. And when we take those emotions and, what's the word that I'm looking for? Turn them into.
You convert it into.
Yes. A positive emotion, like energy. Let it drive you. Use that emotion to do something better than letting it take you back.
Right.
So.
Well, I mean, emotion is energy. I think that because it's a movement, it's something that is, anything that moves is fueled by energy. An emotion, right, that makes you feel and go through your whole body, right, is energy channeling through. And then it goes and it hits you right here. And then you got two choices to make.
Yes.
You want to take it to the negative rabbit hole, or you want to take it and fly with it and dream with it, and then just feel that there's nothing that can stop you.
We have to take every thought captive.
That's right.
Your mind is a battlefield.
That's right. Constantly.
And it's not always easy, but when we're aware and we're in our mind and we're recognizing, okay, what is this doing? What is this doing?
Right.
Then we're able to do something with that and really live out our best life, our most fulfilled version of ourselves.
Guys, keep those stories coming at Caminante Pod in YouTube and all the different channels that Tiff knows how to break it down for you. But it's important because we celebrate your courage. We want to be part of that movement, that community, that when there's courage and when there's somebody that can fight those big elephants in the room, those monsters that either we create most of the time or that they are actually out there, how do you do it? Share that with us, because I'm sure there is somebody out there, probably in a different country. Did you know that we get watched from Mexico to Spain, United States, South America,
So super
even
cool.
the Caribbean were being watched.
Thank you,
All these
guys.
different people from different backgrounds. I know that one person at least will benefit from this. So keep it coming, keep sharing, because this is becoming a global community. And that was the whole idea from the beginning.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today as we explored turning fear into fuel. Remember, your fear can be one of your biggest drivers for ultimate success.
That's right.
Make sure you subscribe, comment, like this, share it with a friend, a family member. We love ya!
Thank you, Caminantes. We see you until next time. Please subscribe, review us, share this episode to help somebody out there, because without you, we would not be true Caminantes. Keep walking, push forward until the next time. Thank you, sweetie. It was an honor to have you today again, like
you,
always.
Sweetie. Thank you. Good job.
Thank you, Caminantes. See you until next time.